Okay, so I think we need to talk about the Joao Felix situation because even I couldn't predict it getting this bad. So he was bought from Benfica for around 120 million, intended to be Griezmann's replacement. And for the first few games of the next season, he was doing pretty well, dribbling, scoring goals, and he was actually attempting shots, which is something Atletico didn't really have. A player like that was someone we didn't really have. So me personally, I liked him a lot because we never had that kind of flashy player, that dribbler, and I don't we never had that kind of player. So I really liked him. I really liked Joao Felix. Then later on, we heard that he was having some disagreements with the coach, and on field, we started seeing that he wasn't really helping out with the pressing and all that. He was giving that Mbappe and Vinicius energy, thinking he's a superstar. You're not even close to where those guys are, but you're behaving like them. I don't know who gave him the mentality that he's a superstar or is at that level yet, but then he wasn't helping out. So later on, the relationship between him and the coach got so damaged that he couldn't stay in the team anymore. It was either him or the coach, and he just had to leave. So we loaned him out to Chelsea for I think it was a January loan or something. We loaned him out to Chelsea, and when he was in Chelsea, the first few games too, he did well. He showed what he's capable of. He showed that he has good potential, but then for the rest of the loan tenure, he wasn't really doing well anymore. So decided not to sign. I think that was under Pochettino. So they decided not to sign him. He came back to us, but as I said, because his relationship with the coach wasn't really repairable, he had to go back again. So he went on loan again to Barcelona, and over there to the same thing, he wasn't really doing well. But for some reason, every time he meets us, he scores against us. Like, how toxic of a player can you be? What kind of toxic relationship is this? You are not doing well, oh, but when you meet your former club, you make sure to turn up. But then in other games, to secure your spot in the team and make the club buy you, you won't turn up. But then you just want to shit on your former club. So when you meet them, you make sure to score a goal and to celebrate on their heads. And that's what he did. He scored a goal, kind of making fun of us and all that. And even our players were like, you'll show some respect or something because they didn't make sense. Barcelona ended up not buying him and he came back. He came to Atletico and we had preseason with him where he was showing signs of being serious a little bit. So I thought, oh, maybe him and the coach have decided to, work out the differences and oh, sorry about that. To work out their differences and they are going to keep him or something. But then that's not what happened. Chelsea came in for him, and as part of the Gallagher um, deal, he ended up going to Chelsea permanently for about 50 million or so, which is a major loss from what we paid for him. We paid about 120 million, so that's 70 million loss. That's over 50% loss. But yes, at that point, wanted him out, wanted Gallagher. We had to, just get it done. So we got it done, and he went to Chelsea. Maresca ended up not using him well. I don't know what was going on in training. I don't know if he's just a lazy bum. I don't know. But it seems every coach he works under just doesn't like using him. So he went on to AC Milan on loan from Chelsea. He started doing well. I don't know. It's like the first few games, he has a good start too. But then from the start to like from the middle to end, it's just not good. But like the first few games, he does well. You can see a glimpse of what he's capable of. But then from maybe the fifth game going, he just gets back to default. I don't know what's going on with him, but I feel like his talent has just been wasted on laziness and pride. And it shouldn't have been so because if he had just listened to instructions from the coach and if he had just tried to work on himself to help the team, he would have still been with us and would have had a very talented person who was willing to work hard. But he decided to be lazy, decided to be prideful, to be arrogant. Look at where he is now. Now he's trying to secure a move back to Benfica. When he came to us, he was ready to take the spotlight and he won a league title with us too. And I'm really happy about that. But then right now he's going back to Benfica where he came from because no one else wants him. No team wants to take the chance on him anymore. I think Benfica is paying about 20 million. Look at the drop in value. You are at 120 million, and you drop all the way to 20 million. That's 100 million decrease in value. It's terrible for me. And when he wasn't doing well at Atletico Madrid, people like to antagonize the coach. Oh, Simeone is too defensive minded. Oh, they are always at the back. They are always packing the pass. Blah blah blah. He went to Chelsea. Still didn't perform. Went to Barcelona, which is an attacking team. Still didn't perform. Went back to Chelsea. Still didn't perform. Went to AC Milan. Still didn't perform. All the other four teams that he went to, none of them wanted to keep him. So are we the ones who were in the wrong? Is it Simeone's fault? I don't think so. I think it's his fault, because if you've been under four different managers and none of them wanted to keep you, then you can't blame our manager, because there might be something that they all saw that made them say, no, this guy needs to go back. We can't keep him as a permanent player, this guy needs to go back. And Chelsea have made a loss too. They've made a loss of about 30 million or so. It's not comparable to our loss, but it's still a loss over one season. You've made a loss of 30 million. I think that's still pretty bad. But they have money, so I don't think it will really affect them. We are broke. So, that's a very huge loss for us. 70 million can buy a good player for us. We could have bought two defenders, If we had that, we could have bought Hanko and Renato Vega, because Hanso is about 32 million. Vega is around 40 million. We could have bought him, the two of them, but that's the loss we made trying to give an arrogant person a chance. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys like him? Do you think I'm being too harsh on him? Because I don't think I am. He's very arrogant, and for a player that I used to like, he really disappointed me. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.